One thing that is weird, I'm looking at this book. You published it in 2020.
Yes, sir.
And there's a stack of more books. So in the period of 2020 until now, you wrote all these books.
Yes.
Wow. What a demon. I wanna get.
Yeah, being tormented by a demon.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that was early in the 1997, 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when you're growing up, I did grow up in church, but I was not born again.
Oh.
Yes, my mom would hear the voice audibly,
And you just hear something saying something.
Yeah. I didn't understand what was that. I didn't know that it's a demon.
Like you could.
I could hear,
Hey.
but I didn't know how to get help. I didn't know whom to approach and tell them, man, I'm experiencing this.
A lot of people say, when people say that sometimes they're faking it, maybe you're being delusional. Yeah, stuff like that.
It was real, and I didn't know what to do.
Have you seen it?
No, it's a spirit, like you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's invisible.
Authentic Reflections with Lisecha Senosha.
One is recording, it's ready. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Authentic Reflections with Lisecha Senosha. Now, today, as you can see, the setup is totally different because I have a very super different podcast. I have one podcast that I've never done. I've never done book reviews. This is my first time, but I'm hoping that I am going to ace it and everything. And I have a man here who was born poor but rich in mind. Definitely is one of the most interesting people I've ever met. People who actually respected me even though I have nothing, and then they gave me the opportunities, called me to many different things, and I'm actually thankful for the amount of the input that they have in my life, and I'm looking forward to working with them more and more and further and more. But without me, let me allow the one and only Mr. Katlego Rammusa, my good sir.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure, sir, for having me.
Awesome. How are you, my good sir?
No, it's a blessing to be here, It's cost timing. We've been postponing, but at the right time.
Yeah.
God made it possible to be here. It's a blessing.
Definitely. I never thought we would be here because, like, every time when we said we're gonna do it, there's always some little other things
come up.
Yeah, that stop us from actually doing it.
The devil is a liar.
Yeah, he's definitely a liar. So, Mr. Katlego Rammusa, this is Authentic Reflections with Lisecha Senosha. Now, with Authentic Reflections, we go to the beginning, the early roots of someone's life up until now, where they are now. Now, I want to know, Mr. Katlego Rammusa, like, where are you from?
Okay, I'm Katlego Rammusa. I was born and raised in a small village called Siolong in Rustenburg. Siolong in Bataung, near Marisqual. Yeah, so I'm a village boy, actually. Yeah, I grew up in the villages, with a dream of, dream of going to the big city, the Gauteng to dig the gold,
Yeah.
I never wanted to stay at home, like, after matric. I always saw myself living in Gauteng. I always saw myself being successful, pursuing my studies. As I'm saying, it begins with a dream. Yeah, it begins with a dream.
Wow, you're coming all the way from, is it Mafikeng?
Rustenburg. A small village.
Where is it? It's in Northwest?
Yeah, it's in Northwest.
Northwest?
Yeah.
Sure. How is it there?
So, growing up there in the villages, it was tough,
It was tough.
Yeah, it was very tough.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised by my single parent and by my grandparents. So it was very tough growing up without a father, a father in your life, At some stage, my mom had to leave. 1997, she had to go to Rustenburg to pursue her studies in theology, and I was left with my grandmother, the two of us. It was very difficult for me to do things like homework, would assist you with English, geography, and physical science, Yo, it was very tough.
I
Our same place.
legit seeing them. I know, but I actually commend you for like coming from the dirt, legit the dirt, and then now you are here. You are Katlego Rammusa. You are a renowned author, and you do a lot of things. That big ups to you, man.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth.
What's
It's
up?
all about having a dream, putting in the work, dedication, determination, Yeah, that's all. Putting in the work, because people talk, they talk, but they never implement. So execution is the key.
Okay.
You have great ideas, and the thing between your ideas and the success is execution.
Yeah. So we're still on you right now. You are Katlego Rammusa, who is from Mafikeng. Did you matriculate there?
Yes, I did matriculate there in Bataung Secondary School. Yeah, I was a SRC in grade 12.
Okay.
No, in grade 11, and in grade 12 I was the president of the SRC.
Okay.
And the irony about it was that from grade 7, I was very naughty. until
Allah Rammusa.
until grade 10, until grade 11 actually.
Oh.
Yeah, they used to call, when I was naughty, there's a teacher, my English teacher, remember this, and he used to call my mom. So every time when I die, I'm the only kid. His parents were called.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, every time there was problems, he would call my mom, and my mom would come to the staff room.
Yeah.
And they would reprimand me. Like in front of all these teachers.
Man,
I was very ashamed. So, yeah, I learned to mature and grow and say, you know what? I'm embarrassed of my mom. My mom always coming here. Let me behave.
Yeah. I wanna know something. Like, you later on you're a pastor now, right?
Yeah, I'm a pastor now, yeah.
So my question is, like, the transition from being a naughty kid, or is there any pastor in your family?
Yeah, my mom was a pastor, my late mom, yeah.
Oh, PK. Oh, now it makes sense why you are naughty. Why a PK is like that? Why a PK is so naughty?
I mean, you grow up in an environment where it's strict.
Yeah.
The strict environment, you're told not to watch people kissing on television, like generations. You are told not to do this. Yeah, it's biblical, all that, to be holy,
Yes.
And then, Cardi weekend there's omnibus when the parents have left their stuff, they to their conferences.
Yeah.
You watch that omnibus.
Yeah.
You want to see what's happening here.
What's going on? What am I missing out?
As a kid, you always want to try things.
Yeah.
You always want to try things, but the thing with me is that I used to listen to my mom.
Yeah.
Is there is a grace that she had. She would talk to a person, and that person would listen and do what she tells you, because she would tell you in a polite way.
Oh. Okay.
And so, yeah, I used to listen a lot to my mom and didn't do some other stuff.
Yeah.
I was naughty in a way. I was not that naughty. Yeah, I was somebody some teacher.
Yes.
Not doing homeworks,
I get you 100%. So, like, how did you change? Like, I just want you to take me through, like, what made you be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a PK and I should start acting like one. Is there like an event that happened? Because with me, I used to be, playing around and everything and doing all of those things. And I remember there was a day where I came home drunk, like I was drunk, pop sack, and then when I got home, I started, throwing things off. I entered the room, I went to the bathroom, I vomited everywhere, and my mother was there looking at me, and like one of those eyes of disappointment to say, you know what, I thought I have a son, what is this, Angrisha? And then about a week later from there, she bought me new shoes, and in my mind I'm like, hey, this lady, after doing that, she still buys me shoes. I was like, yeah, I'll never live that life anymore.
Yeah.
Then I left it. Yeah, I left. I'm like, this lady loves me, and right now I should start appreciating her. Yeah, bro. So I want to know with you, like, what was the
transition? I think it was a calling, the calling of God in my life.
Mm.
You know, my mom used to tell me what I'm called, and I didn't want to be a pastor.
Yeah.
I was refusing that. I was looking at how she struggled as a pastor financially.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Pastor role.
yeah, it's in the villages. She's depending on tithe. Sometimes people don't tithe, you know. So I didn't want that struggle. Yeah, then I got a calling, you know. It was an audible voice
Yeah.
of God that was talking to me, and I started to change.
Yeah.
I started to stop drinking. I started to stop womanizing.
Yeah. You see, in this book, Born Rich but Poor in Mind, there's yeah, born poor but rich in mind. You said something about but again, where's this? No,
Pastor's kid.
no, not that. About a demon. I wanna get
Yeah, being tormented by a demon.
yeah, like
Yeah, that was early in the 1997, 98.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, when you're growing up, yeah, I did grow up in church, but you know, I was not born again.
Oh
Yes, my mom was at school, born Rema,
yeah.
but I was not born again. My parents were people who loved my grandfather actually loved Dingaka, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was not born again, and then there was this demon which was tormenting me, you know.
Oh
Yeah, tormenting, cursing. I would hear the voice audibly, you know.
you just hear something saying something.
Yeah. I didn't understand what was that. I didn't know that it's a demon.
Like you could
I could hear,
hey
but I didn't know how to get help. I didn't know whom to approach and tell them, man, I'm experiencing this.
but a lot of people say when people say that sometimes they're faking it, maybe you're being delusional. Yeah, stuff like that.
It was real. It was real, and I didn't know what to do. What to?
Have you seen it?
No. It's a spirit. Like you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's invisible. So I didn't know what to do really.
When I have I have a problem of hearing someone calling me, and when I look back, there's nothing.
It must be God. Like you know the story of Elia and Samuel. There was a voice calling Samuel, and he said to the priest Elia, "I hear a voice calling," and he came to Elia for the third time, and he said to him, "The next time when you hear that voice calling you, you must say, 'Here am I, Lord.'"
What? I'm being scared now. I'm thinking it's demons.
That's God. What is calling you is God, definitely. It's biblical.
Okay. So I know there's a story that you once told us that I believe that's one of the funniest stories, and I want you to touch on. You said it at the radio interview. You said there was a point where your mom pranked you.
You know, yeah, it was late in the evening. So my mom was from a funeral. She arrived late at night. So in the kitchen, there was no curtain.
Yeah.
So outside is dark. Remember, those were the times before electricity.
Yeah.
Lighting candles.
Oh.
So she was like, she looked into the window like, play with me, like open. Oh, you know, try to pray with me. And I thought, my word.
You're not my way.
Oh, there's no way.
We are under attack.
I'm under attack here. And I ran to my grandma. When I left the kitchen, she was saying, it's me, Katlego, it's me. And I thought, oh my word, that's the ghost. It's saying it's me.
Oh, the ghost is talking.
Yeah, the ghost is...
Don't worry, come to me. It's
I
just...
fell down. I was crawling.
Yeah.
I was crawling to my to the dining room.
Yeah.
To my grandfather, you know. I said, no, but spoke, Papa. That's how I like my grandmother was scared.
Spoke sky.
And my mom got into the house. And then I started to cry, and I found out that it was hair,
Yeah.
So now I started to cry. She started to make me water mixed with sugar. But then it's all a leg of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, then my grandfather was somebody who He was like, yeah. Yeah, Chushavana. Savana. I told you what
Bruno fastering.
I know the argument lost control.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she said she's sorry. Yeah, it's good memories.
It's good for the memories. No, that is proper. I just wanted to touch on it and stuff. So now I want to get to a little bit later on your life, yeah, bro. So you moved from Mafikeng, coming to Gauteng in pursuit of education.
Studies, yeah.
Where did you start?
Actually, from Rustenburg, I moved to Mafikeng. I went to upgrade for my mathematics and physical science and geography. My subjects were not good, so I had to upgrade in order for me to be accepted here in China University of Technology. I came here 2006 after my matric, and the space was full and my marks were not 80. So I had to go and upgrade and come back. 2007. Yeah, that's when I came back and I did my first year. Yeah, to pursue my studies. The course that I wanted to do was biochemical, because I didn't want to work with people. I wanted to work with chemicals.
Yeah. How you go out?
I saw how people are troublesome. Like I said, my mom was a husband. I know people from church that troublesome. So I didn't want to work with people.
Yeah. You just didn't want them.
Yeah, and then I met this guy. I told him, hey man, the course of the kings, the course that I wanted, they are full. And he said the late Hosiami Sorojani, he was one of the SRC here, was somebody who's famous in the campus section. He was a rest manager as well. He's late now, and he said we are from the same boat. And he said to me, you know what, there's IT, the spacing IT thing. And according to your marks, your subject here, you can qualify to do IT. So yeah, I registered for IT. I didn't want it. I didn't like it. I didn't know what is it.
Yeah.
I just heard what it's about computers. I didn't have much research or knowledge on it. But anyway, I did it. First class, I didn't enjoy, I remember the teacher, the lecturer asking us, guys, why did you choose to do IT? And a lot of people were raising their hands. No, I wanted to do IT because of Bill Gates. What? I didn't know what is Bill Gates. And I raised my hand and I said, no, I don't like this course. And I just chose it because the courses were full. And the lecturer said, no, go and deregister that.
Deregister one.
Deregister. Do something that you want. Oh, man, I was hurt. And there's 3 guys who came to me after the class. And they said, you know what, my man, don't mind that lecture. Just do the course. Let's do it. We are in here.
No, wait. Let me give you this mic first.
It's better. It's much better. Yeah, and she said, no, let's do this course. And yeah, the guys motivated me, my classmates, to do the course. And here we are. It was tough, but yeah, we made it through. I'm now qualified as an IT professional,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful. It was not an easy journey. Yeah, it was
But then
tough.
just you won.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're done with your things and everything is done. So when did you graduate?
I graduated 2011. Remember, after you do your theory, there's a course, there's a subject which is a practical. You have to do practical stuff. You have to come with the switches in IT, with the switches in the laptops and show them your connections, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
There's that project. Hey, it was very difficult, that project. Hey, they were very strict, and I think the passing mark there was 90%.
You.
So it gives us
wow.
a lot of headache. A lot of guys who were complaining about it. That last practical is the most difficult in IT, especially
Wow.
communication networks.
Sure. Yeah. Ne? I'm doing IT right now, so you're intimidating.
No, you will. If we made it, you will make it.
Yeah. Ne?
You will make it, definitely.
Yeah. So now let's talk about this. Like, where did you get the passion to start doing this? Because you came here in pursuit of studies,
Yeah.
then you end up becoming an author. How, John?
Yeah, I was sitting with a friend of mine. He's late now. We were studying together here in TUT. He was doing IT as well. His name was Joe Muntiwa. He's late now. And then we were sitting, and like as a friend, he told me, "Hore Katlego man, please, before the age of 30, at least write one book.
Yeah.
I ask one book from you before you reach just one.
Only
The
one.
only one before you reach the age of 30." You know, I didn't ask him questions. Oh, no, man, why me? You know, I just kept quiet. And after he left, I was staying at a room. There, go Kasi, go Block L, you know,
Yes.
via Philip. You know, I thought to myself after he left, why me? And then I typed on my desktop. I typed two titles. Then I wrote a sentence under one title, and I couldn't come with a paragraph.
Yeah.
I couldn't construct a paragraph. So yeah, I just left those titles. Years went by. After 5 years, I met a lady, and that lady told me, "Gore Katlego man, you're talking a lot of things. Why don't you write a book?" You know, when we are talking, you know,
Yeah.
some things you hear them, but they will be in a process in your mind. They will echo in your mind
Yeah.
until it sinks in your heart. And then I met another guy who's a musician, and he said, "My man, you are an extrovert. You know, you like people. You are going out. Why don't you sell something, man? You can't be an extrovert and don't sell something. Sell
something with
do
your-
something, man. You can't just be an extrovert. You know, you are everywhere, but you're not selling anything. My man,
Rekisha something.
you must sell something. I went to my place, and I had deep thoughts. What am I going to sell?
Ke tla rekisha.
Yeah, I sat down, and I woke up during the night. Something woke me up actually, and that thought of a book came to my mind. I started to open my laptop, and I started to write my first book, Born Poor But Rich in Mind, and then I started to flow. Remember, 5 years back, I couldn't even come with a paragraph.
Yeah.
I began to flow, and it happened. I started to love this writing.
Okay.
Like during the night, I would hear motho a nkgotla so. During the night,
re tswa ngwale.
ke tsohe, ke re, "Who was ke mang o nkgotlang yana?" Ke tsohe, ke tshume le bone, ke bule laptop ke ngwale. Ka re, "Oh, ke man a nkgotla." I thought maybe it was an angel, or I don't know. You know?
You're speaking to things now.
Yeah. So I started to approach people. You know, my man. Batho ba ke ba tshepang, you know, I started to approach this pastor. I told him, you know, man of God, I'm writing this book. He said, no. Why are you writing a biography book? Are you dying? No.
Yeah, re mo tšešalane jwale.
Yeah, are you
Relax.
A professor at the university has not even written their biography book. So why do you want to write a book? No, motivate the youth, my man.
Yeah.
So he was discouraging me. It was criticism.
Aish.
And then now he was criticizing the wrong person. Because now I take criticism, I love it. It builds me. It makes me to do more.
Bona, criticize
Bring it
because I
on.
won't charge namang.
Yeah, bring it on. And I met this other author through the connection. He's big, South African big author.
Yeah.
He looked at my manuscript and he said, "No, your book won't sell."
It
Kara,
won't sell.
yeah, he said, "No, it won't sell." He was just criticizing. Or it won't sell. Kara, what is the criticism? I don't know, it won't sell. Agari must tell me, Hore, according to what you wrote, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Chapter mang, fix this. No, he didn't even review. He just said, "No, it won't sell." And I told myself, I said, "My man," with talking to myself, I didn't write it for sales. I wrote it for the future. It's a legacy,
Aish.
you know.
And I went and looked for a publisher. Yo, but it was a hassle. To get a publisher, it's a hassle when you just written your manuscript. Then you have to find a publisher.
You?
I submitted to Penguin Random House, and they rejected my manuscript. They said, no, we can't publish you. Remember, Penguin House is the biggest publisher
Yeah.
in South Africa, in the whole world, actually. Then I went around, and I knew there was this guy at church who wrote a book. But I just asked him, how much is to publish, blah, blah, blah. I didn't go deeper into how can I get a publisher. And I feel maybe he was jealous as well to give me the contact of the publisher. So I just left him. One day I was walking, crossing mall, and I saw his book. I opened it, and I saw who's the publisher. And then I went and researched about the publisher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I researched about the publisher. One thing I liked about the publisher was that he was the vendor to exclusive books. So I said, when I publish with this guy, my books will be at exclusive. I'm calling this guy. Yeah, I called the guy. He gave me a quotation. I didn't have the money to publish.
It's your early stages and someone or 15,000.
It's early stages, my man. And publishing is costly. I don't want to say expensive, but it's costly. We are talking thousands and thousands. So, my man, I sent my manuscript. I think I sent the guy 1,500. And I waited, my man. I got it for 3 years.
You.
And she can take it, my man. I want a budget hard.
And he probably already chowed the 1.5. You can't get it back.
Yeah, and then, you know what? After 3 years being struggling, my mom sent me 1,500, I think. The guy called me, the publisher. He said, my man, we have been having your manuscript here for years and you are not publishing. Let me send 1,500, my man. I can see that Dilo Aditakani.
You can't reach what they want.
Yeah, no, I can't reach what they want. It's too much, man. And I called my mom. My mom sent me the 1.5. She contributed, to my career being an author, I published the book because my mom invested in me, Then that was it. I published, we printed 100 copies. It was 2020 now. When I started to have the copies, I started to sell. COVID hit.
Yeah.
After COVID hit, I sold 100 copies in 2 months. From the boot, from the back of my boot. 100 copies.
How much was one?
It's 200. During COVID, when it started.
This book?
Yeah, when people were beginning to lose their jobs, the economy was down, but it was flying. It was still flying.
But this book, it's a must buy,
Yeah.
You must put your things in below. This one.
Yeah, the link.
It's a very smart book.
The link, yes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I see you're popular here. They know you.
Yeah, no, I was a student here. So, yeah. I was, TT, it's like a family.
Yeah.
Each other. Oh, you saw people greet me. Yeah.
So now, let's fast forward. You wrote Born Rich but Poor in Mind. And then you sold. When did you publish it?
Published it 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
And then sold 100
copies in 2 months.
In 2 months?
Yeah.
So far, how many copies have you sold?
It's more than 400. I think. Yeah.
Wow.
They are right now I deal with orders.
You no longer go around and say, hey, buy my book.
Yeah.
Buy my book.
We deal with orders and then they are available as well on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, people buy ebooks on Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're hard copies. I got people want, Africans, when it comes to books, they want something they can see with their hands, they can touch. They don't want something that is there on Amazon and they can't touch it.
Hey, we want to hold it.
We want to hold it.
One thing that is weird, I'm looking at this book. You published it in 2020.
Yes, sir.
And there's a stack of more books So in the period of 2020 until now, you wrote all these books.
Yes.
Wow. How?
Yeah.
Bruh, where do you get the writing? You.
Yeah,
I can't even finish an essay.
yeah, when you start writing, you get the rhythm, like a beat.
Oh.
You get the rhythm, and you start to flow with that rhythm. Every author have their own style of writing. So you get a rhythm, and you start to flow with that rhythm.
Probably this is the biggest seller. Because this is one of the best one. Yabona, this celebrates South African music. Motswako. I really love that one.
Yeah, hip hop,
Yeah.
Motswako hip hop. Yeah.
The beginnings.
Yeah.
Where's the other one? Because I heard what if it's the beginning, it means what it's a series.
Yeah, it's an abridged version. So the second edition is coming on the way. It's coming on the way.
That's why you're working on the podcast and everything.
Yeah.
I'm disclosing.
Yeah, why not?
Nah.
Why? They must know.
Awesome. So from Born Rich and Poor in Mind, what was the next book?
The next book was
Which one?
Jesus Was an African.
Jesus Was an African. I haven't read this one, but I love the title.
The title, yeah.
I love that Jesus was an African.
It's a fascinating, paradoxical book.
A
lot of people.
English.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's controversial. No, it's not controversial, because the Middle East, it's in Africa because of the Isthmus of Zeus.
Oh.
Yeah, because they had to expatriate the Isthmus of Zeus and make the Zeus Canal. But
I don't know anything that you're talking about, but I agree with you because probably someone who's watching probably knows.
yeah.
But do you believe that Jesus was an African?
Yeah, he was. Even in the Bible, it states, out of Africa have I called my son. Out of Egypt. Jesus lived in Africa, in Egypt. Do you know that? Read Matthew chapter 2. He was.
I'm learning.
Yeah, he was taken. He was taken from Canaan to Egypt, and he grew up in Egypt until Herod, the King Herod, who wanted to kill him as an infant, died. That must have been a very long time.
Okay.
When he was in Egypt. And then after King Herod died, they relocated from Egypt. Joseph, his father, and Mother Maria with the family. They relocated back to Canaan after King Herod had died.
Okay.
It's not like Jesus as an infant moved to Egypt and then King Herod died overnight and they moved back to Canaan.
Okay.
It's not like that.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah. It was a very long time that he lived in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this one looks thin. How long did it take you to write it?
It took me a year.
A year.
It's abridged. There were a lot of things I wrote there that the publisher omitted. You know, publishers, they like omitting stuff and not consulting you. But dynamites come in small packages.
Jesus is
Yeah.
an African.
Dynamites comes in small packages. The content, it's rich.
It's super.
It's super. Like there is this guy, this book, it took him 3 months to read. And I said, my man, how can it take you 3 months to read this little book, man? I can read it in 2 hours, man. And he said to me, no, when you are an author, Keresh, I'm still trying to understand,
The English and everything.
So, you can say it's little, but to some person, it can take them a year to read,
This book, it can take me 2 days to read it, but if I'm studying it,
you have to. They say
then it can take me up to a month.
They say repetition. My mother told me, when you're studying, repetition is the mother of study. In order for you to understand and the book to sink in order for you to absorb it, you have to repeat it many times. Because the first time after you read it, you might not get it. You will have to read it for the second time, for the third time, for the fifth time you will get it. It will sink.
And if you don't get it, doesn't mean you should forget about it.
Yes. Don't forget about it. Go. Repetition is the mother of study. That's a profound statement right there from my mom. I quote her, unquote.
But yeah, I've read about the law of repetition from the late Bob Proctor. I don't know if you follow him. Those philosophers about, productivity.
Yeah, Socrates,
Yeah.
Plato.
Or
Yeah, those.
Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, those are the guys. By now, today in the 21st century, we live according to their philosophy. Because those guys, they wrote about democracy 250 years ago. And now we are living in democracy. A book is very powerful. Normally, I say a book is dangerous because a book lives forever. The ideas that was written in those books of those people that we have been mentioning are now implemented by governments.
Yo.
We live because of, apartheid was a book written by someone in Stellenbosch University, and Dr. Hendrik Verwoerd had to take that book and promulgate it and make it it's his own.
Yeah.
And appear as if he's the one who came with apartheid, but actually it was a book. Everything was written down by that doctor, So a book is dangerous.
Wow.
It can change the
whole
course of
narrative.
it can change the narrative.
Okay. That is Jesus was an African. Next to which is we are done with this one. After Jesus was an African was
God is not a racist.
okay. Let's go. Where are you? God is not a racist.
Yeah, that one.
You know, in every book you write this. The author of Born Rich, Poor but Rich in Mind.
It's the publisher. It's the publisher who does that. It's not me.
Okay. I thought maybe you wanna flex and
It's
be like, yeah, I'm the author of that book.
It's a USP, unique selling product. It's a marketing tool. When after you written other books, you mention this is the author of what the book
Yeah,
which has
respect
big.
this
I
book.
get this book was nominated for the South African Literary Awards.
Yeah.
So it went big, so selling.
This is, bruh, don't just take this thing book for light. It was written by the best.
Yeah.
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 Anyways, tell me about this
God
one.
is not a racist. Actually, it touches on racism in the church, in the body of Christ per se. There was this white pastor who came to a church pastored by a white person, and that white pastor was pastoring black people. So that visiting white pastor from the pulpit, he was asking and criticizing this white pastor who's pastoring a black church. Why are you pastoring this black folks? That was racism. Like that guy had to be recalled from the pulpit, and the pastor told him, it was for the last time you preached in this pulpit, because the word of God says we are spirit. So you don't have to judge a person based on their color. So apartheid is everywhere. There are still elements of it, but this book addresses such racism in Christianity, in the body of Christ. You would ask yourself, why the white Methodist church, they don't wear a uniform, red and white, such things. Why they don't wear the black and leopard thing? You understand? So there's the people who came with the religion in Africa.
Yeah.
They came with a lot of stuff, including racism, in the name of religion. So it addresses those issues.
Wow.
Yeah, there were many pastors.
Mara, it's weird to have someone who says I'm a believer of God, but God said I created you in my image. I
Yes.
didn't say I made you white because you were super to someone else or what.
Yes.
We are all in his image. Manje, why do you have to be And next thing you call yourself a priest.
Come on. The worst part. The worst part. You remember there was this famous evangelist, the white one. He said no, he's doing a crusade, and then he wants only Afrikaners and the Jews. He doesn't want the black people. You remember him? I won't
heard the
mention it. I
story.
won't mention his name, but yeah, those are the things that we come across, and it's reality. It's true. They are there, so we have to address them. You see, yeah, we have to address them radically. So, yeah.
No, people there, we don't do that here. Racist. God is not racist. Your race is your race. Don't say just because you're what, then you are super to other people and everything. But anyways, that is God is not a racist. Yeah,
The
by
publisher
Katlego
they didn't
Rammusa.
want to publish it because of the things that I wrote inside.
Some were filtered, I presume.
yeah. And he didn't want to publish it at all. He said, no, you are going to get us into trouble. I said, no, I'm publishing it. Write my name. I'm not afraid. Write my name there. It's me who publish it. He wanted to say no. He removed his logo at the back, you see. There's no, his logo is here. He removed his logo from, yeah.
Oh.
He removed. He said, no, we are not involved here. Let the people not know what it was us who published the book. We had a meetings before it came out. I said, no, just publish it, man. I said, what is wrong with the book? I said, so no, the strong language inside. I said, what strong language? I didn't write any strong language inside. And lastly, when I met him person to person, and he said, my man, the truth that you wrote there. I don't want to publish it.
I is agreeing with you. Wow.
The truth,
Wow.
I said, no,
hypocrisy.
the truth.
Wow. Okay. God is not a racist. That is fine. So after that one, which one was next?
The next one was Black is King.
Ha. Wakanda forever.
Yeah. I must say and emphasize that this was before Beyonce's album. I did not copy the title of Beyonce's album because I wrote this book before Beyonce thought about doing the Black is King album.
We are not copying you, Beyonce.
Yeah, we are not copying you.
We are not copying
It
you.
was there. Black is King. It was there. I've written it. It's a black consciousness from a different perspective. Yeah, remember Steve Biko wrote his I Write What I Like. And then I wrote this black consciousness from my own perspective. The empire of black people, the empire of Mansa Musa, how black people invented stuff that people don't know. Like a cell phone, a black person invented a cell phone and it's not known or it was a black person. A black person did a heart transplant.
Wow.
That is not known. A black person did a 3D, the first 3D ear hearing on a deaf person, and that deaf person is hearing now. So we go deeper into how black people are talented and the things that they are doing and did. Our kingship and our queenship.
We are not saying or any other races.
It's inferior.
No,
we are not
just
saying
embracing
that.
this at the
Yeah, we are
moment.
embracing ourselves as a black people because we've went through a lot as black people. We went through apartheid. Black people went through slavery. In the America, black people were killed. The Jews, the black people in was it Namibia? A lot of black people were killed for no reason. We went through a lot, and then sometimes I feel like we don't know who we are. You see, hence I wrote this book. Guys, everything that is black is associated with mediocrity. There's black Twitter. Anything that is negative is associated with black.
It's Black Friday.
Yeah, it's Black Friday, And actually in Black Friday, there was a slave trade. They were trading slaves, black slaves, in that day. If you can watch 12 Years a Slave, you would understand how we have been through a lot.
Yeah.
So we must know who we are. We must know our capabilities. I mean, the slavery of the mind is a very powerful slavery because it paralyzes you. You will not know who you are. So I'm digging that gold in black people. I'm digging that gold. See, black person, you have a gold inside. I'm digging that gold. Find yourself.
Wow. Okay, black is king.
Yeah.
Okay, this one doesn't have a logo as well.
It has inside.
Ooh, I was thinking you said some things here that are not supposed to be said.
It's inside. You know, you saw it.
Yeah, I
inside,
saw it.
Yeah, you know, publishers, man, they are creative. They're creative. Yeah, they always even the covers. They come with the covers. I said I only approve. It's
proper.
thumbs up, and people like the covers as well.
Yeah,
they said,
yeah,
they are
yeah.
proper because
But-
they are unique. They've never seen covers like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These colors, they remind me of the Black Panther.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
watched the Black Panther?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
a
There's
little bit.
those shiny things they do, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It shows black. That's why I said Wakanda forever immediately when I saw it.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to write this one?
This one, it took me a year as well. It takes time. It takes time to write a book.
This one you said a year, right?
Yeah.
Even this one a year.
Yeah, even Jesus was an African a year, and then Born Poor But Rich in my book, I wrote it in 5 months. It's my about my life, so I didn't need to research about my life. I knew it.
You know you're live. Huh?
Yeah.
So wait, I want to know something. When you said you wrote the book in 1 year, does it mean in the whole year you were focusing on that book only, or you're writing many books
different. You focus
in
on
1 year?
Yeah, in 1 year you
Yo.
focus on different books, and then when you are writing a book, it's not like you are always seated there writing. I have a 9 to 5 job. So when an idea drops and I'm not busy, I'm done with my work, I take my laptop, take it. Even if it's a sentence, in a day, it's something. There's progress every day. But a journey of 1,000 miles, take a single step, you know. So even if it's a sentence or a paragraph, so an idea drops. Sometimes an idea drops while I'm driving or I'm sitting at home.
Ngwala fast.
Ngwala fatshe. Nako mo phone. Just write on the phone. Send it to my email. Download it back to my laptop. You know. Yeah. Sometimes I write on the phone, but I've stopped doing that. I'm writing on the laptop nowadays.
Incremental steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's your work, Vele? What do you?
I'm an IT specialist.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm an IT specialist. I do system administration.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a system administrator, server administrator. Yeah, I deal with clients.
You're not one of the people that hacked TUT.
No. Yeah, and I started working in TUT.
Oh.
Yeah, I started working in TUT. I did IT. I worked at the Pretoria main campus. I worked at the Garangwa campus. And I worked here in Soshanguve campus.
Wow.
3 campuses. Yeah, I've been around.
That's why they know you very well.
Yeah.
So, which one was next?
The next one was understanding the purpose for your life.
Understanding the purpose for your life.
Yeah, it's a motivational book.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a motivational book. Actually, I had labeled it Purpose. He's the publisher who wrote that, and he didn't ask for my permission. Yeah, I had labeled
Publishers.
it. Yeah, publishers. They do their own thing.
Or just wanted purpose there?
Yeah, I just said it's purpose. Know your purpose in life.
No.
Yeah, I just said purpose because I knew there was a title similar to that by Miles Monroe. And by that time, I hadn't read that book of Miles Monroe. You see, so I didn't read it because I didn't want it to be as if I've copied his content or his title. So I wrote it from the heart and from my experience and how I was motivating the people, you know.
You know, I think this is the next one I'm going to read.
Yeah, understanding the purpose for your life.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes my purpose gets, mixed up somewhere, somehow with the things I do. I end up forgetting because of things of this world,
Yeah, you can easily get distracted. So you have to focus in life. You have to know why are you here. You are not just an existence. You are a declaration.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay, so after that one,
After that, it was Motswako, the beginnings.
Motswako, the beginnings. See,
Yeah.
this one needs a whole other podcast where we talk about it
Yeah.
specifically, but just give us a brief overview or like what inspired you to write this one and yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've been a big fan of Motswako genre. I once stayed in Mafikeng, and then there the culture was big when I was staying there. You know, the Motswako was big then. The culture, you know, Morafi used to come there and perform for us for free, and I saw their humility. I remember Morafi came there at Mabana Mafikeng, and then Kulichana stepped out of the caravela, and he came to us, and then nakopa kwae majita chida wawan
Yeah.
na nakopa mechis wakwae wearing supega sneakers with a Sundowns t-shirt, you know, with a jean. And I said to the guys, man, this guy, man, I know him kwa Morafi ne. Yeah, this guy, I see him on TV. And again, I got to tell you, di phone with the camera.
Oh.
Re tshwara mapopotane, wa. I was like, no, man, this guy, man, I like his humility. He's a celebrity and he's coming to us to greet us with hands, shaking us. And then they performed KG and 20 Meg. They went to the stage. Hababita Morafi. And then Kuli went to perform Atama through the crowd. Answer Medisabati, he went to the stage through the crowd and he jumped on stage.
Wow.
From the crowd.
Wow.
I was saying, man, then when I was at UT, I remember Morafi came. I was in depression. Looking at them through the window. After that, how about KG? I said, hey, KG, they were going out. Come out that back door. KG looked at me. And then he came to me and he greeted me and he hugged me. I remember I was going through depression and I was healed by just him coming to me and hugging me. He's a celebrity. Remember, he's a big. Morafi is big. You remember when Morafi was big? Yeah, I got healed. You know, I said, I love the guys. I used to play their music. But Jabba, you know, first time when I met Jabba, Double HP, he greeted me, and we talked as if we have been knowing each other for a long time. Yeah. And he gave me his number. He invited me to his house. For the first time we met.
Wow. I think
Yeah. So yeah, I love the genre. Prof. Sobukwe is my guy of Papikile. I met him. I told him, man, I'm writing my autobiography book. One collaboration mine, please. I want to write about Motswako. And Prof had faith in me without even seeing my work. I was not a published author then. And he approached me, or no, write about Motswako. There's some guys who are skeptical, asking for my portfolio. And those guys who were asking for my portfolio, meaning the books that I've written before, actually motivated me to write more books. So Motswako guys motivated me to write all these books because I wanted a portfolio as well. For a minute.
yeah, you're claiming to be a writer.
Yeah. Yeah, what can we see your style, your portfolio, my man? Now you can't write about this big genre and you don't have a portfolio. We don't know you. Who are you? Wow. So the rest is history. The rest is history.
Motswako the beginnings.
See,
After that one,
and how to dominate the economy as Christians. Yeah, it's you know,
this one is about
yeah, it's about money and Christianity. You know, there are a lot of Christians, they pray 24/7, but the money is not there. The money is not there. But you know, there was this pastor was saying, you know, I don't pray like Africans, like for 24/7, but I have money. But there's an African somewhere who's praying 24/7, and they are poor as hell. So something is wrong. We must fix something. So the issue is not prayer. The issue is implementing your ideas, like I said in the beginning. Between your success and your ideas, there lies in between implementation and execution. Or you have this idea, you have to execute it. Thinking about this one mission is different. Yeah, like I told you how I struggled to publish my first book. It's execution, waiting and waiting for that 1,005. But being patient in the process, trust the process. That business idea that God gave you, start small. If God showed you how you will be you'll have the biggest supermarket. Start by selling sheets. Start by selling peanuts. Start by selling magunya. At school I was selling sheets, peanuts. That's how I learned business. You start somewhere. Now I'm selling books. I'm selling other stuff. You start somewhere. You don't start there at the top. So baby steps. So yeah, it encourages Christians to be rich as Christ became proper us to be rich.
This is the latest one.
Yeah.
Or is there anyone after this one?
There's another one, how to dominate the politics. It's coming next month.
Oh, it's coming next month.
How to dominate politics. We know this year is the year of elections, and I encourage Christians to get into politics. Because the word says, when the righteous lead, the people rejoice. But when the wicked lead, the people mourn. Yeah, say, we Christians have been folding hands and watching these corrupt, decent politicians corrupt our beautiful nation and not doing anything. It encourages Christians to take charge and then to invite God back to the parliament, to the government. Because God has been taken out of schools. You remember we had prayers in schools, we had assemblies. God has been taken out. The Bible has been taken out. Now there's a lot of evil going on in our communities, in our schools. Children are killing each other. Children no longer respect their teachers and their parents. So if they know the Bible, the 10 Commandments, do not steal, do not kill, do not envy your neighbor's positions, respect the elders. Those laws, they are not there. They are not taught. The kids don't know these things. As they are doing how the devil has found a gap to fit in.
It has infiltrated.
Yes, he found a gap. Because when you take God out of government, out of schools, you are inviting the devil in. And then we get amazed. Why this is happening? It's because of your taking God out of the parliament, God out of the schools. You remember there's this song, the national anthem, it was saying, Osamoya, Osan. That song has been cut out. That verse has been cut out of the song because they wanted to take the Holy Spirit out of the government. Wow. So, and then the other book is Culture Shape Us. It talks to teenage Christians. As a teenager, the challenges that you go through as a teenager, the issues of abortion. I tackle those issues based on the word of God. The issues of homosexuality. A lot of issues. There's a lot of social ills that I tackle on the book. How the youth must come out on top. There are a lot of suicide among the youth. There's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of depression. So we tackle those issues. And then the last one is how to write and publish a book. Because a lot of people, they've been asking me, how did you go about, so I state the guidelines on how to write and publish the book. The first thing to become an author, you have to be a bookworm, you have to be a reader, you have to have a library, you have to do a lot of reading, yes. You cannot be an author and not read. That is impossible. You cannot be
Definitely impossible.
You cannot be a musician and not be a music fan. Come on now. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm generously giving away the information, the guideline on how to get along, how to do it. Because I'm tired of those questions. No, get my book on how to. How do you? I've been writing. I'm stuck. Blah blah blah. There's a book for it, so you don't have to struggle.
Mr. Rammusa, in closing, what would you like to say to the people out there?
I would like to say, believe in your dreams, because your dreams, they are your gold, you know. The dreams are your soul. Is the purpose. God gives you dreams because it's your purpose why you're here on earth. At the end of your life, you will be asked a question by the Almighty God. What did you do with the dreams that I gave you? And you have to be accountable. They say the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because there are many books which have not been written. There are many artworks which have not been drawn. There are many songs which has not been composed. People die with their dreams. So, yeah, you must take your dreams serious. Don't let people discourage you. Don't tell people your dreams, because obviously they will discourage you. Because the devil sometimes can work through people and try to discourage you. So follow your dreams, man. Love people, because God says you cannot love me, whereas you don't love your neighbor. Don't have jealous in your life. Live free. Love people. Before you love God, love people. Yeah, so that you can love God and save Him. Basics.
Easy stuff.
Yeah, easy stuff. Not hectic. You get what I mean? Yeah.
No, to the people out there, thank you so much for watching this one. And definitely, please come and support my brother over here, Katlego Rammusa. I'm going to leave his details right below. And if you want to get a book, definitely shout out. You can get one. And yeah, this is Authentic Reflections with Mr. Senosha. And cheers, bye.
Authentic Reflections with Lisecha Senosha.